guys, welcome to Keeping It Real Estate. I'm here with my girl Mish. I'm Haile, and today we're gonna have a bomb episode. Okay, we're gonna dig into some juicy, if she lets us. So tell us. First, I want to thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate your time. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Tell us, give me a little bit about you. What do you do?
Oh, I'm a realtor at the Oppenheim Group. I've been doing real estate for about 5 years. What else do you want to know?
I know, isn't it awkward to like start
Yeah.
talking about yourself?
Yeah, it's just like I could say a lot of things, but what do you want to know? What do you want to focus on?
Everything.
Everything.
Yeah, especially where you work.
Okay, well, I work at the Oppenheim Group now. I just started there. I was born in LA, like Cedar Sinai. My mom likes to say I was born to be a star because like they film my birth and they use it for medical stuff now.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, so I still have a video of it with my dad in like his Cosby sweaters. So it's kind of funny. So
Oh, that's so cute.
yeah, so people always like find out like my name, like my full name from the
Of course.
video. Like just random people, they're like, "Oh, you were in the video." So that's kind of funny.
That's cool.
But no, I was born in LA, like back and forth, and then I lived in like Apple Valley.
Okay.
So I went to school out there, but my dad was like a colonel in the army, so we traveled a lot. But I wouldn't say like we moved around a lot. I would just say like we went around California a lot. Like there was a time like I knew Sacramento way better than here, because you know like obviously it's the capital, so he had to be up there. My mom's educator. She was a teacher, then principal and teacher again. I don't exactly know, so I just say educator.
Okay.
Because she has her doctorate now.
Wow.
Yeah, she just did that. I have my master's. I went to American Jewish University. I did undergrad business, admin, and then grad school, obviously like master's, so in business, but it's nonprofit.
So how did you
like
get into real estate?
Oh, well, that's funny. Well, I started doing real estate because when I was at school, like because basically AJU is like the community center for Bel Air.
Okay.
And just like the Jewish community center. So they had so many real estate events. Okay. So they had like all these like things for like the opening of this is before the SoFar Stadium opened.
Okay.
So they had like a bunch of events there. And so there's just a bunch of people, they were trying to get me into commercial real estate. And then there's just like so many guys. I was very intimidated because I was like, I don't know what to do. So I'm just like, it felt safer for me to go into residential because I just felt like everyone wanted something from me. And so I went to residential with like these women, and then I got my license. I didn't use my license though, because obviously I was still in school.
Okay.
And then I started dating a contractor when I was graduating.
Yeah.
And so then I just started working for him. So I know a lot about construction.
Wow.
Yeah.
Girl, you could have been popping properties up all over the place.
Well, yeah. I mean, things don't always work out, but I learned a lot about construction. So like I know like the ins and outs because I was like the interior project manager. So like you're kind of just scheduling things and then like checking, making sure like the paint's done right, the corners are right, you know, the angles. Like you're just kind of like double checking everyone's work.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so it was cool, but like they get annoyed because like I was just like young and telling them what to do. And there's like these guys who are like 40 and 50 like doing it, and they're like, she's on her ass too much, da, da, da. And I'm just like, but you didn't do it right. But like,
and then on top of that, it's probably tough because you're a girl.
Yeah,
and they're like,
yeah, they thought I didn't know what I was doing, but I'm like, no, like the head contractor told me what to do and, you know, showed me.
That is really cool.
So, I guess I was just...
Yeah, I would have thought that you learned a lot of it from, like, your dad, you know? Like, so it's interesting to see that...
a lot.
Okay. It's interesting to see that it's happened through school, like, and that's not even what did you go to school for?
I went for a business admin.
Okay.
Like, yeah, at first, like, because everyone wanted me to be a doctor. Like, I think that's the typical like Jewish thing.
Yeah.
Like, so they're trying to make me be a dentist. But the only thing I was good at was like the art side. Because when you have when you're taking like the dentist test, it's called the DAT.
Okay.
Like they have a section where you like have to do like the cubes and just like see how big it is and the size and the colors. And so I was really good at that, but I just think maybe I wasn't interested in biology as much, so it was hard for me to retain the information. But art was always really easy for me.
So then do you do any like interior designing with it too?
I don't. Like, I'll give guidance to my clients. I'll be like, hey, I think this is like you can't move this wall. It's structural and stuff like that. They sometimes think I don't know what I'm talking about, but I do. And so I'll give them guidance on what they can and possibly can't do in the space. But obviously I can't tell them what they can and can't do because I'm not a contractor and I'm not an engineer.
Yeah.
But I can lead them in the right direction because I know a lot of good like architects, contractors and stuff.
Nice.
So
wow, that's amazing. Yeah. That's a like true talent to have.
Yeah, because I was like, that's who kind of taught me real estate. Because one of the very first people I worked with was MySpace Tom.
Okay.
And so he's actually built a lot of properties.
Wow.
Like
out here?
Everywhere. So he's really into that stuff. So he taught me how to do things. Like I was new at I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, like take the pictures this way, do it this way. And he showed me like what the good pictures were.
Yeah.
So
all of that has pretty much helped you as a realtor now.
Yeah, because working with like having your first client be like a developer teaches you a lot about like what people want in a home. Yeah. So like I don't think I would have learned as much if someone were just like selling their own home.
So how do you deal with the people that ask for stuff that want something, but you know just isn't structurally possible, or you know what I mean? Like they can't have that.
Have the engineer tell them.
Okay.
You don't have to take my word for it.
Yeah.
Because again, I'm not the engineer.
Right.
It's because maybe they can create something because, with all the new technology, they have more things for like weight bearing and stuff. Because like before you could only put so much weight in one spot. Right. But now it's like they just have new tech all the time. Maybe they could put like different poles and like add steel where they couldn't add steel before, Yeah. So I don't know everything, but I'm just saying like they have new ways of doing things and they have to update it every year. Wow. Well, every so often. But basically in California, it's almost every year. Sometimes like almost like every 8 months. So,
that they have to update it?
Well, yeah. Well, it's like they update like all the codes all the time.
Yeah.
So it's like, see, I'm getting some construction. But when you open up a wall, like if you're doing it up to code means like the proper way, like with a contractor. When you open it up, like whoever it is, when they open it up, and if it's not up to standard, the current standard, they have to fix the whole thing. Right. So that's why a lot of people don't go up to code, like they try to do it themselves, because if the contractor sees it, he's liable for it, and they have to put like their license number in the wall and stuff. Okay. So that when someone else comes back, like they know who messed it up or whatever.
So then, do you work with like townhomes, associations, condos, anything?
Yeah, I work with everything. I mean, I tend to deal with like larger buyers just because I guess like that's who I'm around. And also like, especially in this economy, that's who's buying. And a lot of people can't afford, cause couldn't deal with the mortgage rate interest, but also outside of the interest, they didn't have the money to put down. Right. Cause it's like standard loans, like what, 30%?
I thought it was 20.
You're lucky. I guess
it's 30.
20. You're lucky if you get 20. It depends on the price of the home. Okay. And where it is, but it's 20 to 30.
Okay. Because if it's like over a certain amount of millions, it's 30, right?
Not necessarily. It just depends on their credit score. Okay. And depends who the lender is. Okay. So it's not. I can't say it's like it is 20, it is 30. It just depends.
Do you know what the rate is right now?
No, it just went down.
It just went down. Okay.
No, it just went down. I don't know, because everyone gets a different rate. Like I'm doing one, like guys getting like 9.9. Yeah, it's pretty high. But
what?
Yeah, he's doing 9.9 on 5 million.
Is that on a commercial? What's that on? No. That's just on a regular. Wow.
For seller financing, the benefit is like a lot of them are lower. So that's why a lot of sellers are offering financing right now. But
which is a blessing.
I mean,
No?
you have to put more down.
Like but
a lot of them are asking.
The interest rate is right there. I mean, I guess you got to run the numbers.
Well, they're asking for like 40%.
Ooh.
So, I mean, not everyone can do it.
All right, so we're going to switch it up a little bit. I want to break the ice. We're going to do a game. 2 lies and 1 truth. Yep, sip that wine, girl. Go ahead. I'm going to let you go first.
I'm Jewish. I have 10 siblings. I have been to China. Oh wait, no, I can't say that one. My bad. I already know. All right. I like coffee.
Girl, I don't even know which ones you trying to give me. So you Jewish? That's true.
Yeah.
Girl, did you just give me the easiest truth?
I did.
Oh my God.
I did. I'm bad at this game. I don't know if
Okay.
you have me sip some wine. I haven't even had breakfast.
So you don't have 20 million siblings?
No, I have 5.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I doubled it. Yeah. No, wait, there's 5 of us. I have 4.
Okay, I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
I got a lot of siblings. I got more than that, though.
How many?
I lose count. I think it's 7. I think it's 7 of us.
All the same parents?
God, that's going to be so rude. But yeah, I think it's 7.
All the same parents?
No, my dad, had fun.
No, it's fine. I get it.
Well, we get along. It's all great.
Yeah, my dad had everyone take a DNA test. But
That's smart.
We're all
That's smart.
No, it's rude. But he did it. He had us all take like the 23 and meet something like that. He's like, oh, and then he came out later that he was like, well, I just wanted to make sure because I was gone so much. That man.
I mean, damn.
That's
Did it
why
make
I have
y'all
trust
mad?
issues. No, it didn't make me mad. I don't know if he told everybody.
Oh, that would have, if my dad did that, I know for sure that would have pissed some people off. Not me. I would have been like, yeah, y'all take it. Let me see the results.
No, he just did it. He's like, oh, let's see what percentage everyone is and stuff like that.
He did that.
And it came out later that that's why he did it.
Oh, gosh. I tell you, parents are funny.
Well, have you seen like Meet the Fockers?
Mm-hmm.
You know how that dad was?
Mm-hmm.
That's my dad.
Oh.
Sneaky like that.
Okay. I see that.
Yeah.
Wow. And then the other lie was you like coffee?
Yeah, I don't really like coffee.
Okay.
I like tea.
I like tea. I like tea a lot.
I can't really handle too much coffee these days.
It's jittery. It makes you jittery.
Yeah, it does. And it's just like, I can't sleep. Like, I already have problems sleeping. So, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go into mine.
Oh, we're both, okay.
I'm going to do it. I mean, why not?
Yeah, you play this all the time. I don't even know.
Girl, it's my 3rd time.
I'm not good at lying.
And plus, I just had to call my mama on the way here. It was like, Mom, give me 2 lies and a truth. I don't know. She was like, Haile, tell him you're a people person. I was like, is that a lie or is that a truth? I don't like people.
Well, you're good with people, but it doesn't mean you know.
Thank you.
So you're like a people person, but you don't like them. So that's okay. That's fair.
That's exactly it. I was like, I do well with people, but I don't like them.
Is it dirty?
Is it dirty?
No, because people are dirty. They don't wash their hands.
They are dirty.
That's probably why.
They are dirty.
Yeah.
So, okay. My 2 lies and a truth. I like to chase ambulances. My parents sent me to boarding school when I was younger, and I am a twin.
You went to boarding school?
Damn, I know I look bad. But I'm not that bad.
Huh?
That's not true. I didn't go to boarding school.
Oh, why would that be bad?
Oh, I was always told that bad kids go to boarding school.
No.
Oh, did you go to boarding school?
No. My brother does.
Oh.
It's not because you're bad.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought it was because
there are ones that are for children like that. But
okay.
Yeah, no.
Girl, yeah, nah. My mom said all of her friends went to boarding school because they were pregnant.
Because they sent them away. Aw.
Yeah. A lot of them were just rich and didn't want to deal with it. I guess they were like lawyers, doctors, and they just didn't want the image or didn't have the time to take care of him. I don't know. But I was like, Mom, they don't really do that nowadays, I don't think.
No, they still do stuff like that, but it's not necessarily because you're bad. Like, it's just some schools operate that way. Then you come back on the weekends.
Wow.
Yeah, you're just there during the week and then go home on the weekends. Like people go to boarding school just down the street from their house.
Wow.
Yeah, so stuff like that. But you like you like to chase ambulances?
Uh-huh.
You do?
Uh-huh.
I knew it was one of the first because you said, yeah, I knew it was one.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
That's weird.
A little bit.
Yeah,
but I grew up in a very small, like, rural area, and there wasn't much, like, excitement.
So what, like you chase it to see what's on the other end?
Hell yeah. You got to see what's going on, especially in a community that not much is going on.
Do you still do that?
Well, I'll get in trouble if I do it out here.
I was just wondering because they got, what's that? They got that app now.
I don't know. They got an app?
Where you can see what's going on.
Oh, yeah.
Citizen?
Yeah. But see, you got to be careful with that because then I get fearful. I'm like, wait a minute, they just broke into somebody's house 2 doors down.
No, I like to see it because then it lets me know because I like to walk a lot.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, oh, is something going down?
I'm not going out right now.
No, I'll walk the other way.
Yeah. Nah.
Yeah. All the protests and stuff going on, it's like, especially.
Yeah. So let's get into how you like being a realtor. Especially out here. I mean, I just feel like there's so much competition. And it's weird because I never come across a realtor who just does like regular houses. I mean, like $500,000. Everybody's like, no, I do big houses. Like, how do you even get to that point?
I think it's just like the area you're in and who you know. Like, you know, like with anything you're doing, if people have like similar interests to you. Mm-hmm. So if you like bowling, whoever's in the bowling league is probably going to be like who you may sell to or whatever.
Okay.
So for like me, like people who like to go to the gym. So like, you know, that's who's at the gym. And then when they're like buying, a lot of them, you know, people already have relationships with other realtors. Yeah. Correct. So they don't use just one. So the ones that they do have for like buying like 500K homes and stuff, like not that I won't do them or not that I haven't done them, but I'm just saying out here, it's like they already have that realtor and then they want another realtor who specializes in something else.
Okay.
So it's like maybe they're like, okay, she or he's good for this area and she's good for this area. Okay. And this area has larger homes. So it's just kind of like what your specialty is. And then also I feel like sometimes just like your demeanor, because it takes a lot longer to deal with the clients with larger homes. Really? Yeah, it just does. Like, it doesn't matter if they have the money or not. Why? It just takes longer. Because think about it, when you have so many options, it's going to take you a longer time to choose.
But is it because they're maybe picky?
Well, I mean, everyone's picky, but the difference is that the larger homes aren't going as fast. So they have a longer time to make a decision. Mm-hmm. Whereas the ones who are buying $1 million under, the home will be gone. So they have to make a decision.
So can I jump in 1 second? Because she's very humble. And she might not be sharing all the juicy stuff in her life. What? I mean, are you going to tell her that you're in a transaction on house?
I'm gonna tap into that.
Yeah, I mean, you were on the news like a couple of months ago, right?
Yeah.
You want to tell us about that?
I was on the news.
Yeah, you're on the news, right?
What's it called? TMZ.
TMZ, yes. Let's hear about it.
My God, girl.
No, they just call me a lot on TMZ to talk about stuff. I guess they like my responses and
your face.
And probably.
We should have led with that because TMZ is super juicy.
Oh. All right, so hold on. Let's rewind this real quick.
I don't know what.
I told you I'm gonna help you extract some of the good.
Yeah, thank you.
I mean, one time she FaceTimed me. We were FaceTiming and she was sitting with Shaq at a hookah lounge.
No.
No. Come on.
Hold on.
No. So much juicy stuff.
No.
Hold on. No. We gonna back it up.
No. No.
I'm too passive.
Pull it out.
I ain't even know.
I didn't tell you.
All right, my work is done here.
Pull it out.
All right, girl. So it sounds like we have some more stuff to pull out from you. Sound like you've been holding back. I won't say no names, but it happens to rhyme with crack.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this experience because hold on now. Are you dating him? No. So you ain't got nothing to be worried about. He happens to be one of my favorite people in this world.
Mine
and
too.
I will be meeting him one day.
Yes.
Okay? I actually had a vision. It's off the script. I had a vision that he was in this chair, and I told Brandon, I was like, we got to get bigger chairs for him. But that's beside the point. Anywho, so you hanging with the homie, smoking hookah, and let's talk about that. Are you, like, selling him a home?
I was, yes.
Girl, why you so tense? You about to make me dig.
Yeah, I was out in Bell Canyon. We actually had an issue because his one of his partners, I guess his son was a realtor too.
Okay.
So like we were fighting over like who would sell the house. Like he
Okay.
won because he had like,
Well, yeah.
but I had already found the house like for the house trade and everything. So
So did you get at least a little something? Oh, that's bogus.
Yeah, I went and like had like measured the ceilings and everything
Oh,
because
that's
he's like
bogus.
8 foot tall and like drove all the way out there. I didn't get shit. It happens though. It happens.
Did that make you feel away? Like
It made
now
me feel-
against?
It helped me learn something. Like it's better to get something than nothing. Like
Okay.
I'm fighting over the whole thing.
Yeah.
I should have just been like me today. We've been like, all right, bet I'll take 50-50. Or if you want to do the inspections, I'll take 40.
Wow.
Like I would have just put my name on the contract.
Now you said that happens a lot.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
How is there a way to prevent that? Like there's no way to prevent that?
Not that I know of. I mean, you could have them sign like a buyer's exclusive thing, but
that's kinda
no
like-
one wants to sign that.
Yeah.
No one signs it. Like you try, they're like,
Yeah.
because people aren't loyal.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, that's the only way I know. But it happens all the time. So now it's like when that situation comes up, I'm like, hey, if you sit inspections,
so
give me 40% like referral.
So then are you cool with Shaq? Because I can see him buying more. Or he
We
can
don't
even
talk.
Damn.
No, we don't talk. I still go to his hookah lounge. I love hookah, but I don't talk. But his people, like I know he comes sometimes, but I don't talk to him.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. All right, so tell me about some more high clients that you've run in contact with. I mean, you work at one of the most prestigious companies. Like, who else have you come across?
It was kind of cool because like I was just sitting in open house, like in Brentwood, and then this guy comes in and he leaves his info, and not everyone like leaves all their info,
Right.
So I'm like, I hit him up just like saying, hey, the house is like actually like they'll only take this price or whatever because it's like a tear down.
Okay.
It was actually owned by like this guy who owns like MGM.
Okay.
So yeah, but so anyway, I was
MGM. It's just MGM.
Well, I mean, like everyone does something these days, so it's like they all live in the same area. But yeah. So he came to my open house, and then then I was showing him stuff, and made an offer another house, and then now I learned so much because I'm like I have to act like I'm in love with the house.
Yes.
Like that I want to live in the house, even if like nothing happened between me and Tom with that, because that's what all the agents were trying to say. And that pissed me off.
The hate.
But, yeah, I mean, Tom already has person, whatever. But nothing happened with me and Tom. But I have to act like as the attractive woman.
Yes.
I have to act like, oh, I'd love to live in this house with you.
Oh,
Like that's what I have to
You
act
get the
like.
assignment.
Yeah, even if I'm not, you just kind of have to create the illusion. Like even if he's moving in there with another woman.
Yes.
So, but I mean, I don't, Tom is a great person. He's, he's really nice, really chill, very good business person. Like, very, very fair. Like he didn't like try to gyp me on commission or anything. Like
That's
I
awesome.
asked, like I listed his home for lease, and it was like what did we do? Like 20,000 a month, something like that.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, he doesn't own it anymore.
Wow.
But yeah, we did that. But he was like, he didn't argue about giving me like 8% or anything. Like he's just real cool. Because a lot of people try to like, oh, will you give me commission back or whatever? Like, it doesn't matter who they are. But no, he was just like, no, here,
right.
And then like, he was real cool.
Just get it done.
Yeah, just get it done. Like, come to me when you get it done.
Do you get referrals have you gotten referrals from people? Like,
yeah, I've gotten referrals, but not from those people because honestly, he set me up with someone from the OC once, okay. But they had an agent, but so it's like they tried, but I think like sometimes these people want to keep their business business and don't want someone else knowing their business. Cause like I meet a lot of people every day. Like I meet like tons of famous people, tons of non-famous people who are just like in government. So I can't, I don't want to disclose all my relationships and then not get any relationships.
I hear you. But we're gonna talk about the one that's a basketball player.
Okay, what do you want?
We ain't gotta know.
What do you know
names.
about Shaq? What do you want?
No, I'm off Shaq. We done.
Okay, cool.
I'll hit you up later, Shaq. There's another one that you're about to close on, right?
Oh, he's dead, Wilt Chamberlain.
But
his house. Yeah, see, he's before our time.
Okay.
Yeah, he was basically known as like he was like the Michael Jordan because Michael Jordan.
I thought you were about to close on it. I don't know why it sounded like it was now. I don't know.
No, it's a house he built.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so it's like it's the house he built.
Okay.
For himself in LA, and then he died like when he was 50, 60.
Okay.
He was sick or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, he built that house custom. And so I have someone who's like really in love with the house, who also likes, parties and all the stuff like Wilt Chamberlain. He's kind of like a Wilt Chamberlain himself. So it's kind of funny. So I'm like, if Wilt Chamberlain wants you to have the house, you'll have the house.
Wow.
So I was just putting all the good vibes on it. I was like fasting. I was just like, all right, eating just kosher stuff for like a week. I'm just like all the bad vibes. No, because okay. People think like Jewish people don't believe in like exorcisms, right?
Right.
But actually, it's like they do.
Okay.
And so they have like I watch a bunch of like religious stuff, like Kabbalah, all types of stuff,
okay.
Right? And like into astrology. Mm-hmm. And so I was watching one, and they had like a Jewish exorcism, but mostly like Hasidics and stuff practice it. And one of the ways they exorcised the people was they had them eat kosher.
Okay.
And because in the kashrut, it's like, it depends on the level of kosher, because sometimes they just want to make sure it's like, this is only dairy in this place, right. And this is only meat in this place. But then they have like extreme kosher, where it's like, it has to be like made by someone who's practicing Judaism or whatever. Okay. So it's extreme. And so then that's how they exorcised like the demon or something from someone just having like starting where they eat. And I was watching like all these like videos about like, cause I'll still watch like Christian videos and stuff because sorry, but like the Jewish ones are really boring and like drag on. Like the rabbi is just very long-winded. And it's like it's still the same book. Like at least like if you're talking about the chunk, like the first words. So like I'll watch them, and like they were talking about like how food has symbols and you could like be indoctrinated and all this stuff. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna eat kosher for a bit and just like get all the bad vibes. Because I'm like, if you stand for something, that's good for me. Like, so I'm just like, I wouldn't do that. So I did. Like, I have kosher wine and everything. Actually, yesterday was the last day I was doing it.
Nice.
I just wanted to like have good vibes, like in the transaction and everything.
You feel a difference?
Actually, I did, because I was having like anxiety for a bit, and then it went away. So it's kind of interesting. So I really do believe in like having a practice.
Yes.
And like if you're Christian, if you're Muslim, if you're Jewish, I feel like be devout to your practice, and good things will come. Because that's when I started seeing like a lot of good things happen for me, when I started like being more like
clean and
kosher. Religious. That's when like the Wilt Chamberlain, all the stuff like started coming more, and then like Oppenheim and stuff like that.
Mish, how do you feel about what's going on with all this anti-Semitism?
It's frustrating.
Because
to say the least.
You don't have it. Like for me, I'm right, I'm Israeli, or certain people are just, it's like out there. For you, it's not really, right?
It is and isn't, because you have to remember today is different than back then during World War II era. So today it's like they have technology. So they see where you went to school. They see what synagogue you've been associated with. So like back in the day, like because my dad's German and Ethiopian.
Okay.
So I think that's also a big misconception is I feel that the Holocaust made people view made the world view Jews as white. And then so now, not that you should have hate towards white people. Again, I don't agree with that. But I'm just saying in the plethora of things, it makes people view it as colonialism when it's really not. Because there were already Jewish people there. There were Jewish people, Muslims, Christians already there because of what happened. Like my dad's, again, I'll repeat it. Like my dad's like half Ethiopian. Mm-hmm. So when they talk about the Ethiopian famine, the Ethiopian famine only happened to Jewish people.
Wow.
So that's the misconception. So when people like say like Ethiopian chokehold and stuff, it's actually really offensive. Wow. And so they kicked him out to starve because there was a moment like because the emperor he was overtaken, and so they kicked all the Jewish people out because also Islam was outlawed and people wanted to be able to practice Islam.
The emperor of Ethiopia?
Yeah.
Haile Selassie?
Yeah. So he was murdered by them. But yeah, so they were all kicked out. And then you also have to remember there are Yemen Jews who were kicked out. There are Iranian Jews who were kicked out. And so everyone's in this area, Russian Jews, they have tons of Jews from all over because, when you spread out, you go to different countries, like black people spreading out, going to different countries. And so you look different. But so a lot of Jewish people were there in exile. Like that was kind of like the exile area, like even exile Jordania, that was the area. Yeah. And so people view it as like this colonialism thing, and it's just really disheartening. And then they're like, "Oh, stick it to the white man." I'm like, well, one, I don't have hate in my heart for white people, but two, like, okay, think about it this way: if you destroy America, is that making it good for black people? So how, if you destroy America, is that making it, because we were like, oh, real Jews. I'm like, there are Jews of all colors, and everyone has the common ancestor for Judaism. That's why we have different looks, because we were forced to stay in different areas. Like there's Ethiopian Jews look, Yemen Jews. Yeah. There's all the looks because we were forced to inbreed with each other because we couldn't leave the area. Yeah. And so that's just really irritating to me when people are just like, oh, Jews are white or Israel's white. When everyone's there, everyone's mixing with each other, and it's been the only place for everyone to go to. Yeah. It's not, pure. So I think I do fault world history for teaching that, but at the same time, it's just like when you know. Yeah. Like it's when you know better, do better. Yeah. Like stop. Like there are Persian Jews. They're everywhere. Like so, how dare you say that?
Yeah, I don't think that's spoken enough.
Yeah, it's
spoken about.
Yeah, no, it's really there's Somali Jews. It's all in the area. Wow. So yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's just ignorance.
Yeah, it's very ignorant. So it's like, it's just really annoying, and I don't really feel like fighting with people on Instagram or in real life about it, because like I have loose curly hair like similar to yours. And so, like, when I'm walking around, people just think I'm Arab. Like, they're black,
really?
They're Arabs. Like, yeah, because I'll walk in, like, with all the protests going on. Because I didn't know, like, people actually flew out to go to these protests from different areas. Wow. And so they just think, like, I'm, going to Earth Cafe for, like, the protest or something. Because they think I'm them, then start speaking to me. But, no. Well, I'm not going to say no. I'm not trying to hurt myself. Like, I'm smart. But yeah, so I just, that's what it is. Fit in where you get in. But I just know today, getting back to what Chuck mentioned, it's not the same. It's not about a look, because people find you on Instagram, like even what they did recently when they hacked 23andMe. So everyone on there isn't white. Yeah, they have the Ashkenazim like DNA, but they're not all white.
Right. So. Yeah. Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother topic.
It really is. I go on forever. It's like I bought like the Hitler books and also like I think a lot of Jewish people are obsessed with Hitler. Like we have all the Hitler stuff. We have all the stuff, and then we're like, Selassie. This.
Well, hold on. I didn't know that. Is
What?
that you guys are upset? Why? Like
That's what happened. It's like you don't want it to happen again. Like how
Right.
think of it this way. A lot of Jewish people are obsessed with Hitler. And then, obviously things that happen in Russia, everyone has their different thing, but the majority would be Hitler, right? But you know how like black people are obsessed with slavery,
yes.
Even though it happened
Gotcha.
a while ago, the effects are still
Still
there.
very much so there.
Yeah. So like I'm seeing both sides. It's like, okay, well, I don't want to do that because it makes me sound like a slave.
Yeah.
And then like, no, I don't do that. That's like anti-Semitic,
Yeah.
So that's what it is.
So you get hate on IG for voicing yourself?
Yeah, obviously. I even have friends like, say, "Oh, you're wrong. Right is right." Blah blah, and I'm just like, okay, So I just stop talking to people because I'm like, if you feel at some point in your life that you're going to come at to me and not treat me as a friend and not care about what I have, how my feelings towards a topic that's sensitive to me,
Yeah.
when you have no relation, like. Then obviously like we can't be friends because it does make me think of the Holocaust. So I'm like, okay, so if the Holocaust were to happen, what would you do? Push me out to be executed?
Right.
That's how I feel about it.
Mish, I have one more question for you. With what's going on IG, and you
In
might
life.
get hate, and life. It's and not to get political or anything, but you've got people that you're kind of battling with that are like Free Palestine, who have never been to Palestine, and you've actually been to Israel.
Yeah.
So what? So again, not to get political on it, but it is a trending topic. It is on every feed, on every platform. How do you combat that? Like you've actually been to Israel. You've actually been, you see what's going on. You see that, gay people, black people, white people, all religion, everyone lives in harmony. And you're having these discussions with people who haven't been to the other side, but they feel the right to want to fight for that other side.
Yeah, I think some people confuse citizens with refugees as well, because I've heard people say like, oh, they don't treat the refugees right. But okay, so do we treat the refugees right?
Right.
I mean, we're giving them a bunch of money now, but when people come over, and if they come over illegally, no matter what's going on in their country, are we as accepting?
Right.
Or are Americans right now saying, hey, especially Black Americans, are we saying we deserve this? We've been here before, but yet you're giving them the jobs.
Yeah.
So we're saying that right now. So imagine that in another country.
Right.
So when you're talking about the refugee thing, that's it. So a lot of people, when they're bringing up racism in Israel and stuff, not saying that racism doesn't exist, because we have it here and we have it there. I've experienced it in Israel, and I've also experienced it here.
Yeah.
But I would say it's similar to America. Like you can be whatever you want. Obviously there are different group areas you don't want to go, but there are areas in the U.S. you don't want to go.
Right.
If you do certain things. So I wouldn't. Again, overall, the rules are you can do what you want to do. So yeah, but yeah, they're always bringing up the refugee thing. It's the racism, and that's really where it lies. They always bring that up, and it's annoying.
Yeah. How does your views and your identity affect you in real estate, or does it at all?
It does. It definitely does. Especially right now, because like given what's going on, then everyone's hitting me up like, hey, how do you feel about this? Especially like Jewish people, like they want like, hey, what's going on? And then they have like a lot of homes, like most of the people hitting me up. But then it also excludes you from other people, because like I have great friends, who are Muslim. And this time is kind of making it a bit difficult, because there are things like I understand, but then there are things like I'm like, I can't really listen to that. Again, it's not even they're making it more of a Islam issue. Some people are, but I don't know. It's really hard, because I'm like, can I work with some of my friends?
Right.
Or are they still my friends? So that's kind of what's going on right now.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy that we even have to deal with that today.
Mm-hmm.
So how is it working at Oppenheim? Is that how you pronounce it? Am I pronouncing
Oppenheim.
it? Oppenheim. How is it working at Oppenheim?
Like Oppenheim. It's fine. Like they're really nice. They're really open. So far, I haven't seen the drama that ensues on the show, but I haven't been there that long. Like I've only been there for like 3 weeks now.
Okay.
So let's wait and see. But yeah, they're really nice. Jason's really cool.
Okay.
He's really hands on.
Yeah.
So that he's like, he wants to make sure every transaction like goes smoothly, and then there's like, but he offers like a lot of resources as well. Like one of the things that was pretty cool, I'm gonna put this out there.
Okay, let's hear it.
One of the things that's pretty cool that I just found out is that if you list with Oppenheim, like we'll repair your home.
What?
Like we'll do repairs to the house that will make it sell faster, but the seller is responsible to pay us back at the close of escrow. But we'll do like,
so you guys will manage it. You'll manage the repairs.
well, yeah,
What do you mean?
not manage. Like, okay, like the counters are ugly.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And they're messed up. So, but the kitchen's a selling point.
Okay.
So we'll be like, hey, will you allow us to do this? We'll front it, but you have to pay us back. But a lot of people don't front it or do anything. It's just on you. So then it takes longer for the home to sell. Yeah. So we'll do that. Everyone knows about the show, and you could get the house on the show, but depending on the house it is.
Yeah.
But like that's something that we offer, and I thought that was pretty cool. So I was like, oh, go Jason, go Netflix.
That's really cool.
Netflix money, so we can do that.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, so that was cool. Outside of everyone being like really accommodating and nice, like the assistants are on it. Like I so far I'm really enjoying my experience. Like they're very even Jason's really responsive, and like if I'm having issues with another realtor, he's like, hey, I know them.
Yeah, he seems cool.
Yeah, he's cool.
Do you think they sell as much as they really like show that they do? Like,
well, I mean, everything's a show.
Yeah.
But a lot of the listings Oppenheim does have.
Yeah.
So, like I was driving just in Bel Air, and I saw like Jason.
Wow.
But yeah. So it's definitely growing.
So how is the competition within the company? Have you felt anything?
Not so far, but it seems like it's more of a team.
Really?
Yeah. So it's like then if you do better, then they'll help you out with like listings. Like they'll give you like listings.
Yeah.
For you. But I'm not at that point yet because I just started.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just trying to like come in strong and get all the deals done. Be like, yeah, this is why I'm here, guys. So there's nothing yet. Maybe there's more drama on the show, but also it's like if you're working as a team, there's going to be drama.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you're working together all the time. Like you have to go to like the office meetings, and then you have to talk to each other because there aren't that many agents in each office. So there's going to be more drama because you can't like hide.
How was the process with getting there? Like, how did you even get the opportunity?
Well, I had this deal coming in, and so I was like, okay, let me bring the deal to them to entice them to choose me. So that's what I did.
Smart.
Yep.
Business marketing coming in.
Yeah, that's what I did. I'm like, hey, you'll get X amount,
Okay.
at close.
And that worked.
It worked.
I was just assuming you would already be on the show, but it doesn't sound, because they have a ton of people, right? Yeah. So it's only select people. Do you want to be on the show? Do you want to have airtime, or do you want that exposure?
Yeah, I would love airtime. That would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it'll definitely boost my business.
Yeah.
And then like I could, you could do so much with it. Like Chelsea's on there. She's like the other black one on Selling Sunset, because there's also Selling those. And she like does her cooking stuff and everything. And so it's like, you can be a multifaceted person. It's not just about real estate. So I do like Selling Sunset because at first, like when I first saw it, I was like, I'm not sure. But then I realized I liked it more than $1 Million Listings because it's like, it's very well-rounded.
Yeah.
It's about people and their lives, and it's not just about real estate. Because I think that's kind of where like $1 Million Listings falls short. But so it's very entertaining, you know. And then there's other girl, I forget, Brittany on OC. She's also Black. She's hilarious. I met her in OC, and I was just like,
yeah, I can vibe with you.
yeah, I was just like, cool. I was happy she was there. She's really tall.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't know she was that tall, but she's pretty tall.
Wow. So what are some of your goals with being a realtor? Like, do you want to venture into anything else? Do you want to, I don't know, go into construction? It seems like you know a lot about that with managing it.
That kind of makes me not want to do it.
Really? Yeah. Why? What part?
Dealing
with men?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, like yelling, and then I have to yell because then they don't respect me. I'm like, hey, like even just other realtor the other day, I'm just like, yo, you need to calm down, but like in my strong voice.
Yeah.
I'm just like, you need to calm down. He's like, then he like, well, this is why. I'm like, okay, we can fix that. But I'm like, I don't want to do this all the time.
Right.
And in construction, I think that's also why you have more men, is you have to do it all the time, you know, because it's just biology, you know. They're stronger, they're doing stuff. I mean, with technology, things are changing.
Yeah. And then they have harsh timelines. You know?
But they never meet them. That's the problem.
Never.
But they're not meeting them because the men are like not taking it seriously.
Well,
so it's
they
like
need a woman like you to guide them.
That's when they got upset. But the shit was done on time.
Well, we can't.
It was
get
done on
nothing
time. So that was the goal. I was like, no, it's got to be done on time, because if they're not on time, because this is literally what they do. This is what their business practice. So it's like you have like the painter, you have the electrician. They'll try to like, oh, this is a day's work. And they'll just schedule like 2 hours. This is a day. And they'll barely do anything in the day. Like I'm not exaggerating. Like that's what they'll do. So they'll schedule you like days and days out. And so you have to pay more money, but they'll barely do anything.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah. I've seen that firsthand. I was young, very young, like 22, and I bought my first house. Used like a 203K loan to build it, and they took advantage. They took all the advantage, and it's not until now that I'm older that I realize, damn. Y'all really got me, because I pull up and there'd be like two people there.
Well, that's just how it is, and that's why they charge you extra. Like the contractor will charge you extra to have a manager there, because it costs them money to have the manager. But then that's what makes your project go by faster.
Yeah,
you know, you have to pay the premium for it to get done faster.
Right. Okay, so this segment is the lie detector. Don't be too nervous, but I'm going to shoot some serious questions your way.
So what do I do?
Tell the truth.
Oh.
All right. What is the most extreme thing you've done to get a deal done?
I went on a date.
With Shaq?
No.
Have you ever lied to get a deal done?
Yeah.
It's a part of it.
Sometimes. Yeah. Not like big lies that'll cost them money, but just like, yeah, it's ready. You know, knowing they'll be late already, you know.
Okay. Have you ever taken advantage of a property you've had access to? Meaning, have you utilized some of the pools or the tubs or the beds?
No. They have cameras.
But if the cameras weren't there, it's on and popping.
Possibly, I might feel enticed, but I mean, I like my freedom. So,
girl, I hear you. It's not worth it. I got a bed at home.
Exactly.
Okay.
I've heard of men doing that. I'm not doing that.
So you've heard of other people that have done that, or
men, but never. I've never heard. But I'm not saying it doesn't happen. But because like the man's supposed to have the house, he's supposed to have the stuff together.
Oh my gosh.
That's just. And so, no, I've never done it, but I definitely know men who have.
People do like take advantage of like to throw parties and stuff.
And bring dates and say like it's their house or.
That is so crazy.
That's what I've seen. So,
have you ever stolen a client from another agent?
not intentionally.
Oh, that's what the last girl said.
Well, it wasn't intentionally because it was like he wanted to keep working with me after I left the team. So that wasn't intentional because it was like he was technically working with her because I was with the team, and then she put him on me, and so then he just like, oh, I'd rather keep working with her. Like if you leave, so I didn't intentionally steal him.
Was she mad?
I don't think so because he hadn't bought anything yet.
Oh, yeah. But once he buys, or if he would have bought, she would have been mad.
Probably. She just wasn't as involved. So of course he's gonna like bond with me. And then like I'm cute showing stuff. So yeah. Like, come on. I choose me too.
I heard that.
Facts.
I heard that. So in real estate, I know things can be good, but I also know they can be bad and ugly. So give me a story of a time that like was mind blowing to where it was so ugly. Like, wait, what? You just did what? Like, what are some of the things that you can experience in the industry as a realtor who's beautiful, who's young, who's popping? Like, what's something you've experienced firsthand?
Don't show homes to married men. You will waste your time.
Elaborate.
Like I have no intent because I don't like married men. Like because it scares me. It scares me because women are crazy. We're crazy.
Crazy.
So my thing is, if you show places to married men who aren't old, then if they're like, oh, here's Michelle, she's the agent, then the wife comes and you're not the agent anymore after you did all this work. Bye.
Wow. Okay, so
there's tons of things like they'll get like all of a sudden they're not returning your calls and stuff after.
And that's because the wife then stepped in like, after cut that bitch.
After I showed all these homes, like even like when I was listed in MySpace Tom's house and I was doing the open houses for it. Mind you, I did it in a month, so go me. But like there was like a developer who come in, like, he thought I was cute. And then he's like, Michelle, like I have all these properties. And he did, because he built that house. So he built all these properties in Brentwood. And then you kind of get like exiled. Oh, and then there was one who I also met there who was an old man, but he wasn't married. And he had a home up in the Brentwood Hills. And then he was like going to let me do it. And then I'm like, oh, I have a buyer. And the buyer, he was a contractor who also lived in Brentwood, but he was younger. Okay. So this guy, he was like closer to 80.
Oh, okay.
And so the other man in question, he was like 40. Okay. And so again, I'm real new. Like, and so then they're like, oh yeah, let's have a meeting where I want to see who I'm selling my property to, because it was off market. And so, but he was serious, because like his mom died or something like that. Anyway. And so we met. I remember when Pete's Coffee was in Brentwood. It's not there anymore because a lot of them closed down. We met there, and then the man who owned the house was like, got the coffee and stuff because he wanted to show he was the big guy, and I'm just like, it's just coffee. And then like I'm not going to say his name, but the buyer, the prospective buyer, was like, oh, that's nice of him, blah blah. And so we sat down at the table outside, and then like I know the buyer better than I know the other guy. Yeah. And also he's old. Like I don't have much to talk to with him. But then I'm like laughing, about stuff. I'm like, yeah, this would be great. And then like the old guy's laughing, and then the old guy's looking like, oh, because the other guy's more attractive than him and younger. And so then all of a sudden he didn't want to sell the house anymore after we gave him the offer. But he took another offer that was less. Dang. So because I was real pissed. But I'm like, never again. So now, like I learned, I'm just like, I keep all men separate. Like, because I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know. Okay. Like, I'll just assume they want to have sex with me. I'm going to assume it. And so I'm like, I will not, you are on this side, and you are on this side, and you will never meet until everything's written down.
That's smart.
I will never have you guys on the same phone call. I've never, like, that's even what I'm dealing with now. I'm like, you will never be on the same phone call.
So ever. Never introduce the buyer to the seller.
No. Well, that's like one thing that they try to avoid anyway.
Yeah.
But in this case, it's extremely no. It's
that
extremely
was interesting.
No. So
that he would even want to meet who was buying the house.
Well, you have to understand, it's like some people are just nosy and real particular because sometimes it's not right.
Yeah.
But sometimes they want to see like who's going to be their new neighbor. And so like, because the other neighbors are like, oh, who's the neighbor? I know it's wrong. It's like, I think it's like Blockbuster or something. Yeah, it's not right. But, you know, if it's not on the market, they can be choosier. Mm-hmm. But if it's on like the MLS, like on the market, then
you go to the brokers.
Then they can't do that. But if it's, so they just want to see it. But his issue was that he was jealous.
So did anything happen with a wife? What's your rule? I mean, you said you don't.
No, I'm just saying, like, I just don't want to be bothered because I don't want to deal with the drama. I don't want someone stalking me. So it's bad enough when it's like I do all this work, and then like if they'll prevent me from making money, which just
because they're jealous or they don't trust their husband.
Yeah, but this is how I look at it. If it were me, I'd let her do the work. I'd let her make her money. Because if she's making money, she's less likely to have sex with him to get money. Duh. Who says, like, you do something like that, then that just pisses her off.
Yeah.
And then she has a vendetta. Like, I didn't do it, but it made me think about it. It made me think about it.
Strong thought.
Well, yeah, because it's like, you just, like, screwed me out of a lot of money.
Yeah.
Just because I'm doing my job. I'm not flirting with,
So now I'm really about to make you mad.
Yeah, that's the thought, but then it's not right because then they go tell their friends and it's this very small community. So
it's tough out here.
Yeah, it is. So like that's my rule. I'm like, unless they're really old, like I'm not dealing with you if they're married.
So really old.
Yeah.
I'll deal with you if you're married. Outside of that,
everyone's got to be single if they're a man.
Wow.
They all got to be single.
I'm curious though. Is that to help you? Like possibly date?
It helps me. Like it helps me because it's like, well, not necessarily possibly date. I'll take that out of there because like people just be having attitudes and it really turns you off.
Yeah. Especially if they have like, well, I don't want to say that either. I was going to say if they have money, they feel kind of like.
Yeah, because you have to understand like the position you're going in.
Yeah.
It's like they view you as the worker.
Yeah.
And so they kind of will keep viewing you that way. It's different. Like I'm not into like screwing my clients versus it's like, it's different if you dated them.
Right.
And then they ask you for something. Then there's already like a respect factor there.
Yeah.
But if they meet me as the realtor, as that, then they kind of just treat you differently.
Right.
Like dating wise. Because then they're like, oh, she can do this, she can do that. They're not as nurturing.
Yeah.
You know? Or they're like, oh, you're supposed to be busy.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, so.
Okay. I like those rules. Those make sense.
It makes sense. Like everyone's going to have different rules. Like men, like I've even experienced it like with dealing with another realtor. Like he was really handsome, tall, and the husband was trying to cut him out and use me. Ooh. Because he's like, well, I don't like how he's talking. I don't really like him. And then when I finally saw his realtor in person, I'm like, oh, that's why you don't like him. He's fine. And then he's like, and then we're all watching like him lift stuff.
Oh
like,
gosh.
He was helping him.
Oh my gosh. The
he
most.
Was so hot. So I understand why he was like upset, but it happens on both sides.
Yeah.
So it's not just the women doing that; the men are doing that too.
Yeah.
So it was very funny.
Yeah. Okay, let's go into what I like to call the ABCs. You look so concerned. It's not a lie detector test, I promise.
Okay.
No, it's good. It's really, I just want some advice that you would give, and then a book you would recommend, and then I want to know what you want to take a chance on.
Advice I give to people is be true to yourself Like, I know people hear that, but in a different way. Like, people always talk about like how like you need to surround yourself around certain people to make it. Yeah. But what do you have in common with them? Like, if you're just, so I have nothing in common. I'm just gonna go meet with Shaq or meet with somebody, you know, what do I have in common? So you have to work on yourself first. So it's like, I have like, if, you know, I'm into fitness, then I'm going to be really into fitness. If I'm into art, I need to be really into art. Like, I need to be into something else so I align with other people. And then you're going to meet successful people that way.
Stand for that too.
Yeah, because people are multifaceted.
Yes.
And so I think that's a big misconception. People just think like, oh, I'm just going to be this one day. Like, oh, I just automatically have to be good at singing, automatically have to be good at this or that. No, you have to work on it. And then you're going to meet other people who are interested as well. Yeah. So, and then, yeah, that's just what I would do. That's what I did. And then I did acting classes, and I met, not Maroon 5. What are they called? Beverly Hills, that's where I wanna be. Weezer. Oh, okay. Yeah, Weezer. Like, I didn't know they had so many hits. Like, they're doing pretty well. But like, I met the Weezer guitarist Brian. He's pretty cool. Nice. And so, but he's not buying anything right now. I keep bugging him. But yeah, I met a lot of people.
That I had a question earlier. You said that you are in the gym and you'll meet people. How do you do that? Like, how do you just like randomly, like, do you say classes? Yeah, but then you just talk to them and say, "Hey, I'm a realtor."
No, you're building relationships. Like, you know, when like anywhere, it's like people don't always want to talk to random people. Right. So it's like, if your face is familiar, like, I think the biggest thing is to be consistent. Yeah. So like, I'll go to Pilates Wednesday, and then whoever's there is there, and then I'll be like, oh, who's the girl who always goes to Pilates? And then you just like be friends, like be nice to people. That's a big thing. Like, you know, be nice to your instructor. Don't just treat them like a servant or something, or you shouldn't even be mean to servants, but I'm just saying, like, be nice. Yeah. So be cordial, be considerate. So then they'll introduce you to other people. Yeah. Like, oh, hey, Michelle, you know, I know this person doing this or doing that. Oh, I heard about this club you might like. And then you just like you just snowball from there, and you just meet other people. Nice. Yeah. So I think that's the best way. Like, even like, you know, with Oppenheim and stuff, it's like, you know, like, I didn't just go up to JC. He's like, who are you? But I could have. Yeah. But then I knew if I did, he'd think I was hitting on him. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, there's that awkward yeah. So then what's the best book or podcast? Because I know a lot of people don't really.
Joe Rogan. I love Joe Rogan. Because you learn so much. Yeah. Like, I just like all the different experts he has on there. But honestly, if we're speaking about real estate and books for real estate, psychology. Books, like, just pick up a psych 101 book. I'd even do I have like a Kabbalah astrology book, because I think it's a bit more accurate. But yeah, I know it sounds terrible, but learn people's behaviors and how they think, so you know what you're dealing with. Like, that's very important, because it helps you navigate the situation a bit better. Like, are they usually timid? Are they usually open? Like, what do Pisces like? What do Capricorn like? Because sometimes it may work, sometimes it won't. Like, I even went as far as having someone's handwriting evaluated one time. And so,
oh, you crazy? She crazy.
I got what I wanted, but like, you learn people's habits and behaviors. Yeah. So that you know how to not piss them off.
Yeah, I think that was in a book called How to Win and Influence Others.
There's so many.
It's a really good book.
Like the war books.
Yeah,
like
the war book is good.
Yeah, learn your opponents.
Yeah. Like, okay.
I have a lot of books.
That was a good one. Okay, cool.
Psych. I think that's the most helpful.
I can see that. And then, what is something you want to take a chance on? Like, you've accomplished quite a bit, and you have such a bright future. Is there anything that you find challenging right now that?
There's a lot I find challenging, and then I just keep working on it, like dealing, I'm still fairly young, so it's like dealing relationships with men, and like I still get intimidated. I still get anxious sometimes because I'm like, what am I walking into? Especially the more experiences you have, I think it gives you more anxiety. But
the more experience that the man has or that you have,
I have, then it gives you more anxiety because now you're
Why?
Yeah, because now you're thinking of all the possibilities, like all the things that could happen because of everything that has happened.
But on the flip side, shouldn't you know how to handle it?
You should know how to handle it, but sometimes it just makes you, and I think that's something you have to manage as a person, I'll say as a person, because you'll be like nervous because of the past, but you have to like, that's the past.
Yeah.
I can't think about it.
Yeah.
But then when something happens, you're like, ugh.
I knew it. Damn it.
But, you can't go, you have to kind of come into everything with like a clean slate.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I would, that's something I would say. What was it? Like, not advice. What was I going
take a
for?
chance.
What did I take a chance on? So I'll take more chances being open. I want to take like a chance on cooking and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's kind of funny because I know Chelsea already cooks at the Oppenheim Group. So I'm like, oh.
Well, do desserts.
I'm actually pretty good at desserts. Like, I'm pretty good. Like, I'm pretty good baker. Like, I'm really good. Like, I'm really good at baking.
You know what? Well, I don't know if you're into it, but I'm into it. Like building. Like, I have projects all over my house right now.
Oh, like building stuff around the house?
Yeah, like, no. Okay.
I just call the handyman. There's the app.
There's plenty of apps. I've thought about it twice, but then I'm like, no.
Good.
I can save this money and do it myself, and it's the experience, and I created it.
I'd rather cook, and I find it fun. I like cooking, and I like doing all that stuff. It's just the problem. It's like I had to slow down because it was making me gain weight.
Making you gain weight?
Oh, yeah. So I lost like 15 pounds since March because I was cooking like up a storm.
Wow.
And I was like, nope, no more. I just stopped cooking. Oh, stop it. Just went to DoorDash. You spend about the same amount of money.
Yeah.
So like,
but it saved your weight.
It sure did because I have this much food.
Jeez.
That's it. I'm not overeating.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that's a good point.
Yeah. So I'll cook like maybe every other week. Okay. But I won't. No, I'll just DoorDash it. But yeah, that's why I would take a chance on like, really getting into like baking and stuff like that, and healthy baking.
Yeah.
That's what I like to do.
Well, I look forward to seeing everything you have stored, and your future is bright. And I will be seeing you on the show.
Yes.
Speaking it into existence, because why wouldn't they have you?
Yeah, let's get this done.
Yeah. Well, tell people where they can find you.
Like on
on IG, yeah.
You can find me on Mish Carr, so MISH_CARR. I know it's confusing, but my name's Carr Yates. That's my actual name, but people will see Yates. But my actual name's Carr Yates.
Nice. Well, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. This is Keeping It Real Estate, and I'll see you guys at the next show.
Thank you.